Welcome, everyone, to our Tuesday edition of AI Lunch and Learn. We're going to have administrivia things first, but today we're going to focus on the third lesson in the Drive AI overview that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. We're going to talk about implement. Give me feedback if there's any audio issues. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me in the corner here. Hey, hello. I'll drop the links in. These are some of the links that we'll go over throughout the lesson. If this is your first time here, please go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat so that I can see how many new people we have on this weekly call. As far as questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I like to make this interactive. I also like to make sure that we are touching on real business use cases. If you have a domain name or URL that you want me to use as an example during the training, please drop that in the chat. If this is your first time here, drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know if there's any issues. Raise your hand or something. If not, let's keep rocking and rolling. All right. Finished up the housekeeping. This is our Tuesday AI Lunch and Learn call. For those who have never been on here and want to sign up for future sessions, you can register here. The website that I use in the demos, I use a couple of AI websites. One of them is biz.ai. That link is in the shared links that I gave you. It is a great platform for business owners. You can sign up for free, you get a 7-day free trial. You get 11 books that you can utilize immediately to help you with AI in your business. And there's tons and tons of applications and things like that in there. When using these apps and these videos, there's two places you can see the replays. They're built right into the AI Lunch and Learn app. Within the platform on buildbiz.ai, you can see the Tuesday and the Thursday calls. If you miss any, click the play button on YouTube itself. Again, the link is in the chat. You can go up here and watch the replay videos. Okay. Whew, I think we covered everybody's thing here. Donald, thanks for saying hello. I see a lot of familiar names and some new names. Great, fantastic. Again, use the chat. Let's keep this interactive. Okay. This week's training, implement how to implement AI within your business. You're in the right room. If your business is working, leads don't flow consistently, marketing feels a little scattered, operations kind of live in your head. They're not documented anywhere. Your employees come to you for questions all the time. Implement is the third letter in Drive. We covered deploy and reach already. If you missed those, please check out the previous recordings. Implement is when we start looking at momentum. February 3rd, 2026, 11.54. Therefore, AI Lunch and Learn Weekly Tuesday at 12 noon EST. We've worked out some basic systems, started reaching out, and now we want to build systems that repeat the process without you having to do that manually every week. We want to build out those systems. The idea is implement doesn't mean you have to spend a bunch of money. If you have a $20 subscription to BuildBiz, you have most of the content creation tools you need, including images, video, text, marketing hooks, blog. You got blog posting software in there so you can create blogs. Everything you need to create this marketing content that you're going to put everywhere. It doesn't mean you have to spend a ton of money. You could start with a free version of Chat GPT, Claude, Perplexity, any LLM model that you want to use in the platform. There are several tools. For example, the AI sales coach is similar to ChatGPT. You can go in there and ask it questions just like you would ChatGPT. You can either type it in or use the microphone. For example, I asked it here to give me a 90-second VSL or video sales letter script based on my business brief. And then here's a script for Nurse One, was one of the attendees of one of our prior meetings. Okay. My chat is really quiet. Somebody put a 1 in the chat just so I can make sure that the chat is working. Come on. Put a 1 in the chat. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure. Usually by now, somebody has a question. All right, cool. Hey, I'm a firm believer. Last week, I was having trouble with my MacBook where storage was just slowly disappearing, getting down to 12 gig. I got a 2 terabyte hard drive and it's just disappearing. Contact Apple. They're like, I don't know. Here's what we suggest you do: reinstall of your Mac. So I'm like, okay, cool. Went to do that. Not enough room. Okay. Well, you need to delete stuff. I can't delete stuff. Then I was in a circular loop with the chat support team. Erase everything and restore. I'm like, fine. I get to the time machine backup part where it's put everything back. It didn't work. What do you mean it didn't work? Then I got into, kind of go back and forth, called up my buddy Chat GPT. What's going on here? Well, it looks like your time machine backup was corrupted, which was part of the problem why your hard drive was losing your space. Therefore, you can't get. So, long story, very long. I had to start over from scratch. I have a lot of applications I need to reinstall, things I need to download from iCloud. So I've got iCloud, I've got a NAS storage. If you don't know what that is, it just means a big old hunking hard drive in the back. I've got all kinds of stuff to restore everything. I'm just slowly rebuilding my whole system. It's a pain, but it is life. Technology is wonderful until it stops working. Don't get frustrated, just keep pounding away at it. You'll get your system back up and going. Pro tip: always have multiple backups, external hard drive, in the cloud, absolutely required so that you don't lose all your stuff. Take it from me, you need as many sources of backup as possible. Back to AI. I like to teach, and sometimes my own life lessons is something to share. If you don't have a good backup, today is the time to create one. The problem with almost systems, what most businesses have, good intentions, but lack consistency. So that's just a reality. We're all busy entrepreneurs. We don't have a lot of time. We don't have necessarily connected systems that, and by the way, I'm going to give you the link for this whole presentation deck. Don't worry about taking a whole bunch of notes. I'm going to give you the link for the deck, and I'm going to give you the link for the chat thread. After the VA posts the video, you'll have the recording as well. All right. Let's get into it. The demo section that I do with chat, I always call it the magic show. Let's start playing with some real AI tools and start building out some things. If anybody has a domain name that they want me to work in during the demo sessions, please drop it into the chat. Let's see. Chat GPT. The idea, when you start to implement, you want to start with one idea and then expand upon it. Every week we'll have a new idea. It's kind of like what I'm doing with these actual demos right now. I'm giving you one idea at a time. And so this week's idea is implementation of AI into expanding and growing your business revenue. Let's start with a real simple prompt. I'm putting the prompts in the chat thread. It'll be in the replay. So it's not hard for you to get this going. You are a business assistant. If you take my training, you know about the create method, which is how we keep track, how we communicate with AI. And so tonight we're going to do our 7 p.m. session. And in that session, we'll be starting with the create method. I always try this with the create method, and that gives you what you need to get started. If you're a beginner, please join us tonight, 7 p.m. Yes, we will be having it. There's the link for it if you haven't registered already. Setting the context, we want it to be a systems assistant for a small business. I didn't get any URL, so I'll just keep working with mine. I'm going to just put, hey, I help small businesses and medium-sized businesses use AI to simplify marketing. That's a simple prompt. And we'll just drop that in and start working with it, see where it leads us. If LLM does not know my business, then I would have to spend a bit of time teaching it who I am. I always do that with a simple prompt. If you already have a business up and running, you can use this prompt here to take a look at your website. I'm going to do that too. And then restart that prompt again because I just realized that it's been a while since I've done this. Obviously, replace the URL that you have. And my VA is slowly taking my website. If you've been following me, the website when I built it 2 years ago was primarily a brochure website. I'm turning it into the types of things we're working on. I'm building out more and more content into the website. So it's always fun for me to take any website that I have, put this prompt in there and tell it to check it out. All right, let's see what it gives me. It's going to say all kinds of nice things up front, and then it's going to start telling me things that I still need to improve on the website. If any of you are a nonprofit, we have some special training coming up starting this weekend. We're starting a new cohort for nonprofits. I'll put the link here. It's on my website. We're going to help nonprofits. It can be used for corporate as well. If you have a small business, please go ahead and join as well. The core AI training that I'm going to do applies to everyone. And then we're going to have some breakout sessions for the various types of nonprofits that we're targeting with this training. We're going to have, starting on Saturday, 11 o'clock, we're going to start with the core AI training. This applies to everyone. These things are universal when it comes to AI. It's really fun because we take AI and start applying it to the different tracks during weeks 3. The core AI training is 2 weeks, and then the additional training towards certification, we break down faith track, business and government track, a nonprofit track, and a veterans and military track. We do things for veterans like helping them with disability claims using AI. There's a lot of fun and really related training, but also specialized training that we'll be giving during these next couple of weeks. And so let's see if it's
You
playing.
don't need to trust AI, you need to understand it. Nonprofit faith and mission-driven leaders are curious about AI and are aware AI matters but unsure where it fits without compromising values, people, or trust. That uncertainty isn't a failure, it's the correct starting point. The issue isn't that AI is too advanced, it's that most training skips judgment and jumps straight to tools. You've seen it. Automation without accountability, workshops that assume confidence you were never given, and frameworks built for corporations.
All right, that tool we use to create that video is called Create AI Video. You don't have to put your face on the camera. If you just want to create a quick video using a script that the AI can help you build, a few updated pictures using tools like hyper-realistic AI images are in the platform. Use Chat GPT to create the images wherever you want. The point is just use the AI tools to help you get that done. All right, this prompt, like I said, when it tackles the website, it will tell you what's working, clear flagship framework, strong positioning, multiple entry points for different intent, social proof exists but needs a little tightening, telling me what I need to work on. Biggest conversion blockers, too many offers competing on the homepage. I agree. That's why we're simplifying it. When we're done, we'll have just the AI training on the homepage, and then we'll go off to the other things on the other pages. When we started the website, it was just a brochure site. I just threw whatever we were working on up there. All right, the primary call to action leaks to other domains, which I own, by the way. It can't know everything. I own the domain server.ai. It's not another domain, it's my domain, but I get its criticism there. That's why this prompt is really good. You should run this prompt at least once a quarter. It will help you know what is going on, and then it's going to help me just kind of solidify this. This is really good, and I'm going to share this whole thread with you. Let's run this prompt again, now that we've given it a little history. We'll run the prompt again. I've asked it to help me with content creation, lead capture, and then follow up. Keep it realistic and easy to maintain. That's the prompt that we gave it. Pick one small problem your ideal client has this week. I don't know what to post. I'm getting leads but not following up. AI feels like more work, not less. This is for my company. Let me make this a little bigger. There we go. You can read it a little easier. I got a whole bunch of stuff on the left. All right, so soft CTA posts, AI's role. Lead capture, set once, reuse weekly. One offer only per week. This goes back to the website. Too many things on the homepage. The weekly AI marketing checklist. 5 ways to simplify your marketing without more tools. These are examples of I can utilize. One capture point. When you have a website as crazy as mine, what you want to do is break down the individual things you're targeting in your posts and marketing. For example, this morning I had 2 primary things that I was pushing, which was the AI Lunch and Learn and the nonprofit, which is coming up on Saturday. The landing page is specifically digitalexpress.ai. nonprofit. I'm pushing people specifically to one page, not to the homepage. That's one of the mistakes a lot of small businesses make when they're doing marketing. Don't push people to your homepage if it's as crazy as mine, where you have offers and many different things that people can wander into. Focus them on one thing only. And so in this case, it would be just the nonprofit training for Saturday, or the Zoom link to go register for the AI Lunch and Learn. No distractions, just one topic being covered. What you want to do is put your marketing out there, whether it's posts, paid ads, with one concept, one message, and then when they hit your landing page, it should also convey one message. In this case, it is training for nonprofits. You don't want to have a whole bunch of craziness. So I wouldn't land people on the homepage from posts that we're doing. You want to land them specifically on this page, and then they can read it, make decisions, request a meeting if they want to. The primary goal is to let people review. They can watch the video at the top. It's always great to have an explainer video or a video sales letter at the top so people can check it out and learn quickly whether it's worth it to them. And give them multiple price points starting at $49.99. That's just the weekend training, which is the 3 to 4 hours that we're going to do on the intro workshop on Saturday. And then if they want to sign up for the 2 weeks core, that's $297. Again, pretty good value. And then the 6 weeks, which you get an AI certification when you're done. Again, very simple, what we call a sales ladder. This is where people will land, make decisions on the value, see if it's worth it to them or not. There's a lot of free AI trainings. What are we doing that's different? For example, our training for the vets specifically, they can come in, learn how to work with the claims. We don't give them any legal or medical advice, but AI can make the job of collecting all your documentation, getting it all straightened out, so much easier. If you get a decline letter or a problem, AI can help you with that as well. Even though you don't want to ever use AI as the final, you should always have an attorney, you should always have an accountant, you should always have a doctor that are authorities, but AI can at least guide you down the right path. So that's how you use AI. Make it a partner with you on that journey to solve a specific problem. In this case, we're trying to have it help us with our marketing efforts. We're on the implement side now. We've asked it to give us content creation, lead capture, and follow-up information. Those are the three things we asked for. Let's go back and see what is delivered. It has given us the original content. The second thing is it's starting to help us with the lead capture so that we can decide a single page or form, a name and an email, clear promise, no distractions. It's giving us advice as we go. Where it's used, people comment on your posts. You can reply, hey, I'll send you a checklist. Direct message them. I can give you my profile, end of your primary post. This is where you want to put these things. They say the same each week, all of those things. And then the follow-up, mostly automated, lightly human. How do we do an automated system for follow-up? There's lots of different ways you can set this up in your email. Almost all of the email tools these days have some sort of email assistant where you get an email and it automatically can craft a response for you. And I have that on my Mac. I have it in Microsoft Outlook. And so just about any email, modern day email, inbox now has some sort of AI that can respond. Another way to do it, if you want to use an actual agent, and I'll give you the link for this one as well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the tool that I'm speaking of. It's called AI Lead Biz, and it essentially will allow you to automate your outreach with an AI agent that can assist you by answering emails. It can schedule, like if you have Google Calendar, for example, you can schedule automatically with it. It can send your availability, or it can just send a link to your Calendly, whichever works best for you. Google Workshop is the best for integration. You connect your calendar, it can see all the empty dates and give suggestions. If the person responds, they can say, okay, that one was available, but now it's not. Here's an updated list of dates. It's really good. It can go back and forth with them. So it can have a whole conversation without you being involved. That's leadbiz.ai. What I like about it is there's There's no charge for signing up. You can start testing it free. You can import your email addresses, start using the system. It even has AI to help you create the first prompt if you don't know how to do it. You have to connect in your business email for the email functionality. You have to connect in your credit card. The way that the rates work is pretty simple. Let me log in. I'll show you the rates. It's actually pretty cool. Let me log in here. Ba, 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 ba. And in the settings areas where you will go to set that up, you have your business information, sending information, how you're going to connect it all up, and then connect your wallet. In the wallet is where the pricing is for different things. The emails, where is the breakdown? Da, da, da. Nope, that's the auto charge. You can make sure that you automatically have money in there. Email settings. There we go. This is where you set up your email. You can pick your mail gun and so on. All right. And then where am I trying to find? How much does this thing cost? They move things around a little bit. I love AI. It's really good. However, when they move things on you, you're like, where did they move it to? I have to come back in here and find it. All right. So basically, I was trying to show you where to put that in. It is 0.00067 cents per 1,000 emails for just straight up email. And then the charge is 0.040. It's 4 cents an email using the AI. And so again, the AI will do that automated interaction for you. Anyway, you can set it up for free and test it. It doesn't cost anything. We give you a couple of credits so you can start playing with it. Once you have your contacts in there, it'll give you your open rate, just like any good email agent does. You can see it had a pretty good email open rate, reply rate, bounce rate, and so on. Once you see all of that, you can easily follow along with it. It'll help you walk through each thing. This is where you create a new campaign. We were playing around. I think it was Donald that we were playing around with, just showing it around. All right, let me get back to our training for today. The reason why I meant it is I wanted to show you the automation. And if you're doing it manually, that will work. This gives you a time breakdown once a week, maybe on Sunday is a good time when you're not as busy, Sunday evening or something, Saturday. That's a good time to go ahead and do that. Again, one idea per week. AI reduces the effort, and it is the AI can handle the lead reply, and then human can jump in and do the follow-up. These are all the things I highly recommend you do. If you guys have questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. I am here to answer those questions for you. Implement. Decide on what you want to implement on, and then have the system run the entire week for you. It's that simple in the sense of how you're going to do it. The other thing you want to do is you want to make the AI assist you so that you don't reset every week, every Sunday night or Monday morning. If we're honest, I like the AI has a sense of humor. You're staring at a blank screen trying to decide where to post. AI can give you lots of ideas. So you just have to, as the human in the equation, decide which one you're going to turn into this week's session. I'm going to drop this here and run this prompt as well. All right, this prompt is real simple. Turn this weekly idea into a repeatable system. One core message, three content formats where AI gets used, and a weekly schedule. You're telling the AI, let's create a weekly schedule. The first post is educational, something about your businesses or services. And the nice thing about these are they're free. You can post to LinkedIn, Facebook, email, and you can tell the AI to create a version for each one. LinkedIn might be a little more formal for your business users. Facebook is a little more casual. Email to whoever your target audience is. The next one is some sort of insight that only you have. You can have the AI help you come up with the idea, but then you want to craft it into your own voice. You can set that up, and then you can then follow up. This is going to be to whatever you put out before. You want to keep posting in that sense. And then the next one is soft invitation. A day or so later, After you've put out your educational post, you've sent your follow-up post on the same topic. Remember, we're keeping consistent. We're going to do a short post with a short, simple call to action. We invite people to see the system, order the product, service, your restaurant, whatever, but not necessarily to buy. Direct messaging is only to those who engage. If somebody responded to your email, those are the people that you would send that to. Weekly schedule: Monday, create; Tuesday, publish; Thursday, engage; and Friday, invite. Make that a repeatable system, and you can build on something like that. Now, you may say, Danny, what about automation here? I can give you some guidelines here as well. I'm signing in right now. Give me 1 second. I should have signed in before. Sorry about that. And do I have a link to share? Queue management. I'll just use the main URL. Hopefully this will get you where you need to go. There we go. This is AI automation for sharing the APIs. When you get into the system and you sign up, there's a free version. You can get in there and it'll give you a video you can watch. And what this will do for you, this is where the fun comes in with automation. For example, I just built an app. Danny, type it in. Yes, we own the domain, but we're running it off of app.legacybeats.ai. When I log in, this is a really cool app that I'm building for a customer where you can take any video and the video will be sliced into clips. This is the idea: is take a long form video, slice it into clips, and have it posted automatically to social media. When I go to the social media tab, I can select the channels I want to target. I'm testing this right now for the customer, but I can say YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever ones I want. To make this work, all you need is an API key. What's an API key? Just think of it as a tunnel between your website content or wherever to a third-party application, a secure one that only you have access, only you have a secret key. That's why it's called a key that allows the information to be shared. In this case, the information that's going to be shared is me scheduling a post. For example, I can pick a date that I want this post to go. I can get my clips that I want to post. I'm showing you all of this because the idea is you would set these up to be in the future. And so I could pick a post, whatever it is, and I can put in a title for it, for example, this one, and then I can put in the title, put in a caption, and the AI can even generate some hashtags for me. I can put in the first comment. I can pick the channels that I want it to go to. I can schedule it out for a date. And so I can say I want this to run on Thursday at 12 p.m., schedule a post, and it'll be on its way. When you go to your YouTube channel, if I picked YouTube as where I want it to go, those posts will show up automatically. I could decide if I want to actually post it or not. A lot of times I won't post these because these are just tests that I'm doing for my customer. It has nothing to do with my videos. This is the video Birth of Tupac with Digital Underground. It's unlisted right now because I don't want to share it. My point is you can automate it. The company I'm using, there's many of them. This one, I like the simplicity of it. I can go in here as a user, set up TikTok, any of these, connect to LinkedIn, wherever I want to post. And I can post just regular content. I can post, these are real, this particular one I'm focusing in on posting video clips. You can schedule it and boom, it'll be up there every weekend. That's kind of how that works. And so hopefully you guys are following along. Let me check the chat here. Looks like we're pretty good. All right, so again, this is called Upload Post. Pretty cool little app. And there are other ones out there. What's the other one that I was playing with the other day? It'll come back to me. But there's a couple of them out there that'll allow you to post on a automated manner. On Monday, you create all the content and then release it throughout the week. I don't have one of these built into the platform yet, but I will do that just so you guys have easier access. You can go into the platform, find it, social media posting, and you're on your way. I've built it for this customer specifically, but I want to build an app just for that as well. I'll show you guys when I get done with it. Right now, it's heads down building this app for this customer, but we're at the end point where it's a pretty functional app. It's pretty cool. Once you have sliced and diced a particular 1 hour of video, the system will automatically slice out the tags, and then it'll give you clip ideas, and you can go in and see the transcript if you want to read the transcript. And then you can bounce around in the video, create your own clips, and post them to social media. That's the app I built. If you need an app built, hit me up on my calendar and we can talk about the details of whatever kind of app you would like for your business. Back to the presentation. We're almost done. We've got that weekly schedule laid out. Systems beat motivation by making it an automated system, a routine where once a week you set up your schedule for your posts and then use AI to help automate all the pieces from the creation of the content to the posting of the content. If you're doing it via email, you can use an AI agent to help you both do the outbound and inbound. If you are not a big shop and you don't have a lot of money, these systems can make you seem like a large organization. AI is really good if the systems are forgiving, meaning they can sound sympathetic to your particular issues. It's kind of funny. I joke all the time when I give a prompt that says, make this content sound more human. The other day, we had created a couple of VSL scripts. So I can tell it, hey, give me a 30-second VSL script for this week. Make it persuasive, targeting SMBs and SMEs. I could set the content by saying something like, you are a digital marketing expert specializing in small and medium-sized businesses. Give me just the text, no directions or narration. In other words, I can tell it to help me create this movie or video. I can take the text that it just gave me. Actually, this is a good test. So I didn't tell it what I wanted, which is make it human. That was my fault. I do have in Biz a tool that I tried to demo 2 weeks ago, and it gave me an error. Let's see if it's working this week. All right, let's see my human score. Oh, see? My AI, by the way, I use this AI all the time. So it knows what I want before I even ask for it. This is a humanizer tool that will look at the text I was given, and I already had last couple of prompts said, hey, make it sound human. Chat, my buddy Chat already knows that I want it to be human sounding. And so this text is not complicated or long, so it's easy for it to sound human. You can also make it, say, for a 10th grader. You can do whatever you want to match the tone and target audience you're going after. Now that I just wanted to show you that tool because last time I tried to demo it, it didn't work. AI is funny sometimes when you do this. Now, what will happen if the text is not human sounding? Is you can tell it to run and it'll give you an approximation of, hey, it'll cost you this many credits and so on. And then you can run that against it. That's kind of how it works. It doesn't charge you anything just to tell you what your score is. If it doesn't sound particularly human, then you can pay to have it humanized. If you're going to put things out, make sure you read it. It's really important as the human to actually read whatever AI comes up with. AI can hallucinate, it can make mistakes. Don't just take something it's created and post it. Do I do that? Sometimes. That's because it may not be that important or critical. Something like this demo script here, it's not hypercritical that everything's absolutely perfect. And I do read it and edit it, but if I miss something, it's usually not a critical thing because AI does hallucinate. That's why it's important, okay? When you say VA info and agent, are you talking about leadbiz.ai? This tool is an agent, yes. The virtual assistant, info, and agent. Can you just clarify if you're asking if Lead Biz is an agent? Yes, it is. Oh, veterans info and agent. No, it is not. That one is one we are training. Okay. That's actually live human training on how to use AI from a veteran's point of view. And then the same thing is for the cohort. We have a couple of different versions. This one is for the veterans and we're helping them. This is not an agent. But we have built an agent that we use as part of the training process. The agent we've built understands all of the guidelines and the law from a perspective of reference. Again, don't use it as a law firm, but it understands the guidelines of everything that we want. If it's giving you a suggestion of the documents you need, it will also give you and reference the laws that are pertinent to the type of claims you're putting in. You can take that to an attorney. If you just need a letter written, it's really good at helping you write that letter. The government is a bureaucracy, so you have to check all the boxes. You can't just send information in. You have to do it in the proper format. That's where AI can help you assemble all of the documents you're going to need, referencing all of the different laws you need to adhere to. And then there's laws out there to protect you, laws out there to help you with your claims. The agent that we created knows all of that. We've trained it up on that, and it can be very, very meaningful in its training. That's what we give you the training on. The AI Core is a 2-week class, and we cover all the basics of understanding and communicating with AI. And we'll help you build out an app so that you can build your own agent if you want to. And then the 6-week class, as I said, continues from weeks 3 to 6, not 3 to 5. So it's a total of 6 weeks. The first 2 weeks is called AI Core, and the last 4 weeks is the Genesis Cohort Certification. All right. I think I got all of that explained. Hopefully, it answers your question. If it didn't, please ask me in the chat. I will eventually get your question answered properly. We just created this VSL script, which we can easily drop into any tool. We dropped it into Humanizer. We can drop it into Create AI Video. We can tell it to, hey, give me a few different things, change the voice.
Welcome to our AI.
Right? I like to change the voice always. That one is very popular on the internet. If you noticed in that video I played for you earlier on the nonprofit, we were using different music for that, and that is music we created in the platform. There's an instrumental music creator in the platform, so you can go in there and create it. 6 slides, portrait, landscape, whether it's straight up and down on the landscape. You just give it the information and tell it to run. Let it create a little video from that script that I could post in reels and shorts. You do want to use the vertical. I realized that after I clicked the button. So if I was going to post this on one of my channels, I would post it vertical. User error there. I have a live prompt, decision fatigue. What AI helps you do is you're like, not another week. How am I going to figure this out? You don't have to do that. Your AI knows the one that you did last week if you keep the same thread, and it say, give me 10 more ideas for this month or 4 more ideas for this month. You can spend 1 hour and kind of lay out the whole calendar for your month of posting and knock it out. That's the beauty of AI. It removes that, oh man, another week of posting. It just makes it so much easier for you. You've worked hard to get people's attention. They visit your website, ask questions, express interest, and then nothing happens. Not because they don't care, but they're busy. And you have to be following up with them. That's where consistent posting helps you. You're always in their eyes. Old school marketing said you had to show somebody something 7 times before they would remember. That's where consistent posting helps. If you can automate that posting, fantastic. If you're sending emails, Lead Biz is a great way to handle that automation as well. You could say, set it up when you set up your goals, you can simply say to it, I only want you to follow up once a week. You can tell it, I want to create a goal. Once you set it up, you can tell it whether you want to use your calendar. You can go ahead where it says description You can write a description so you can start typing in what it is you want in your goal, the prompt. If you don't know, you could tell the I am creating a new goal for app server leadbiz.ai, comma, give me the goal for this week, comma, give me a weekly follow-up, comma, give me everything in the prompt I need to make this work based on what I have above. Essentially, you're telling it what the goal is. Conversation started is the criteria, success criteria. Who's the target? Core messaging. That's what I want. What's unique about using an agent for email is you give it a core message, do not change, but then it will create something unique in every email. That is the key to success. If you send out 1,000 emails in an email blast that's exactly the same to everybody, you might end up in the promotions folder. You might end up in the spam or junk folder because you're sending the same email to 1,000 people. If you change the message, even if the core is the same for each person uniquely, that's how you get a 35% open rate. That's what you're paying for with your 4 cents an email. You're paying for the email agent to write a unique message to each individual person, and then you're paying for it to respond automatically without you having to get off a call or even think about it. It could go back and forth answering questions. You also train the AI on who it is acting as. You can train it about your company. You are a lead biz AI acting as a calm, helpful business assistant, setting the context. Your role is to start respectful, human conversation. Do not pitch aggressively. Do not overwhelm. Focus on clarity. All right. Your objectives this week: identify a prospect feels overwhelmed by AI. This is your goal, right? You wrote this into the prompt. Share one simple insight about AI. This is where AI can shine, right? It can write something for each email that's unique and then invite in a low pressure call to action. Outbound opening message weekly. One of the other things that's really, 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 really important is tell the AI only do this 3 times or 4 times. Be specific on when the AI should stop trying. Otherwise, it'll keep sending emails until the person unsubscribes. Be as one pro tip, always put in a end date and also and or at least don't contact them more than. That's a really important command. I've done this many times. The chat knows how to write this prompt very well. You can also give it examples. Give the AI examples of content. You can have Chat GPT create 5 or 6 examples, give it to them. Then the AI learns from those examples. Here's examples of messaging that I want to use during this inbound, outbound session or goal. Hopefully this was clear. I tried to cover these key things you need in doing this lead flow task. You can also end with this last prompt, which I will also drop in here just so you have it. It's basically wash, rinse, and repeat, that kind of thing. It's again, human first lead system with lead capture. You want to make sure you figure out how they're going to opt in. When they hit the landing page, this is the important thing. When they hit the landing page, they have a simple path to follow. They can see the $49. They can click down to the pricing. If they have never done this before, I have a website for those people. You can go out and take the AI quiz just so you can get started as a user of AI. It gives you a little profile, but it's going to lead you right back to my website. But again, this is a single purpose website. The purpose of it is to take an AI quiz that helps them understand where they are within the education system. They can also sign up for the AI Lunch and Learn. That's why you want to create a simple system that the AI is handling. That app is the purpose of it is just to handle that and get people back in here. I have no place here to sign up for, they want to sign up for the training, they want to reach out to me and have a conversation. Ultimately, they can click the link to buy something. We can give them some walkaways. There's a PDF comparing the core versus the Genesis system. Hopefully that answered some questions. If anybody has anything else, please drop it in the chat. I'll be doing this again at 7 p.m. tonight. Let me drop the links in one last time.
AI was supposed to make marketing easier, so why does it feel harder than ever? We're drowning in more tools, more dashboards, and more to learn, and somehow have less clarity and less time. Here's the truth. AI isn't the problem. The lack of a simple system is. With a clear weekly workflow, AI stops overwhelming you and starts saving time, reducing stress, and attracting the right customers consistently. Skip complicated setups and trend chasing. Use one clear message, simple content, smart follow-up, and let AI do the heavy lifting. If you run a real business and want marketing that works without burnout, simplify now, because AI should reduce stress, not add to it.
There you go. 30 seconds, no editing, pretty decent. I could throw that up if it's vertical in one of the feeds, whether it's reels or shorts, and just leave it there. I didn't spend a lot of time on it. I did it within this last hour, and it's it's good, effective messaging. And if I wanted to edit it to target my specific personas, I can edit it. You guys have seen me do that. And there's tons and tons of videos on how to create AI videos. If you go here and type a video and search, it'll give you all kinds of videos. It's one of my favorite tools. You can also find them in the app itself, in the platform. Hopefully that answered anybody's questions. I'm going to go ahead and jump off now, and I'll see whoever jumps on for 7 p.m. Otherwise, I'll see you next Tuesday for our next session. All right, everyone, have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.